Welcome to yet another podcast. Today, we're going to be talking on the topic why good people often miss great opportunities. Now, just as the title connotes, why good people often miss great opportunities, we're going to look into that today. The first one we're going to be looking at is waiting for permission instead of taking initiative. Sometimes, let's say for instance, now you are good at there are some certain times, maybe I think this happens to practically most of us, or all of us rather, will be in class, and maybe a teacher might ask a particular question. I'm just looking for a simple example, and you had that question behind your mind, but you did not say it. Then later, somebody got up and spoke up, and then the person said exactly what you wanted to say in your mind. Most times, we're always waiting for permission, and most times the person that you might be looking up to give you permission might not necessarily be gifted the way you are gifted. You might be someone that was gifted with the gift of singing, and maybe the person that could be your mentor, person you're looking up to, could be an engineer. So there's every tendency that most times that person might give you the it might want to always give you life experiences from the engineering perspective instead of looking at it from a musical perspective. So always waiting for permission, is not really the right ideal thing to do. Always try, come out and just put yourself in those spaces that are very uncomfortable, and you find out that with time nobody gets to it once you keep on trying. The second point is basically fear of rejection or failure, and this happens to those people that are always in the space of marketing. Yeah, so marketing is something is a game of numbers. Let me give you a typical example. You talk to 10 persons, you don't get anybody. You talk to 20 persons, you get one person. You talk to 30 persons, you're able to get like five. A time comes, you talk with like 40 persons, you're able to get like 20. You talk to 50, you get like 60. You talk to 50, you get like 40. It's a game. You make more in numbers, what you lack in skill. So after a while, you get comfortable with rejection, because at the end of the day, not everybody will be in that same space to understand what you are saying. So if you are afraid of rejection, practically everything in life, you have to try. Rejection is a function of, it could be that that's not the right time, that person is not the right frame of mind. Have you not discovered that you're trying to sell something to somebody, and the day you meet them the first time, they are not interested, but you come a week after and you meet them, you now find out, oh wow, you know, sorry, I didn't pay what attention to what you were saying that day. That's why sometimes they say after like four attempts, you see that people make one sales. You get, because sometimes people reject because of various reasons. Sometimes you remind them of somebody that they know that they don't like. That's one. Two, they could not afford the service. So instead of telling you they could not afford it, they just say that they don't want. They start rejecting you. So many persons have different reasons, but do not take it personal. Yeah, if someone does not listen to you, don't be afraid of rejection, because at the end of the day, there's nothing you're going to do in this life that you will not be rejected for, especially when you try. The third one basically is giving up after one setback. Have you noticed sometimes when maybe this one happens most time in public speaking, you go into crowd in a very large crowd to go and make your first public speaking presentation, and you just get the stage fright, and all of a sudden you start stammering as if you don't know what to say. Now, once you get this, if you once you allow this trauma affect you, or the stage fright you had, you don't get better at it. But if you go there, you keep on learning something every time. Okay, now you say, okay, fine, I think I need to talk slower. If I talk slower, the audience will tend to understand what I'm saying. So you get the idea. Giving up after one setback is not the best approach, because definitely if it's something that you have as your purpose is being your passion, you always find that you want to do more of that thing. You understand? So don't give up after you first setback. Sometimes, just like Isaac Newton, that they discovered the light bulb. He tried 999 times, yeah, before he got the bulb the 1000th time. What he now his own mindset was basically he found 999 ways to do the thing differently. Do you understand? So people are be able to failure is a way, depending on how you perceive it. You can perceive failure as a process. Don't let it don't let it be your identity. Rather, let it look like a process, and you achieve great things. And last but not the least, ignoring continuous learning. Now, if you observe in the way things are going now, things are changing. There was a time when we had most time you observe early in the after COVID-19, the world changed. Now, maybe before, in the various parts of the world, they were not really taking note or acknowledging certification that was done online. But after COVID-19, it was like a reset. The whole world changed. People now began to acknowledge businesses done hybrid, some were doing off site. The dynamics of how we did business changed. Things that they were looking at before that was not making sense, they now begin to make sense. Example, now you can Zoom meeting now. People are having Zoom, you understand. But before now, virtual meetings were not something that was recognized. If you told somebody in maybe in 2007 about a virtual meeting, you look like you're saying something absurd. But after COVID-19 hit, something happened. People now began to host live events digitally, So the most important thing you should understand here is that when you're in that space of trying as much as possible to get to learn, continuous learning is the process actually. In the year 2030, things will come up that we have not known now. For instance, now AI prompt now is something that the AI engineering now is something that is existing now. But in the last 5 years, it did not exist. So the continuous change of technology and evolving in the way the information or technology will evolve, you get. So that's what say they're saying that the most permanent thing in life is change. So the idea of continuous learning, when you ignore continuous learning, you find out that you are behind. You understand? There's some persons that now, if you are a smart person, you know that your business should be online as well as offline. You'll be able to duplicate the ability for you to earn. So if you're earning money from just one stream, you're cheating yourself because you can do business offline as well as online. You understand? So I believe to a large extent that we should always adopt continuous learning. Don't ignore continuous learning because it has a very big way of influencing and making sure life is easy for you. If you're always in that space of learning teachability, you always find out that you get better at what you do. If you like the podcast and you found it informative, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.